and welcome to the news at 2 on Lagos Television. I am Tinuke Oloruntoyin Folami. The federal government says it has finalized the executive order to implement zero value-added tax and excise duties on pharmaceutical products and medical devices. Spokesman of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Alaba Balogun, says finalization of the executive order's harmonized implementation framework has now been cleared for gazetting. Balogun added that this is a significant milestone as it opens the door for local pharmaceutical and medical device manufacturers to begin fully benefiting from the relief measures outlined by President Bola Tinubu in the executive order. He also noted that this development aligns with the ministry's unwavering commitment to reducing both the physical and financial pain faced by millions of Nigerians who depend on these critical health supplies. Recall that this comes about 4 months after the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, announced that President Bola Tinubu signed an executive order to increase local production of healthcare products, including pharmaceuticals, diagnostics, devices such as needles and syringes, biologicals, medical textiles, amongst other items. The Lagos State government is appealing to citizens of the state to apply for the ongoing military recruitment exercise to help safeguard the state and the country. At the security meeting with heads of paramilitary and members of Police Community Relations Committee, Secretary to the state government, Abimbola Salu-Dein, says it is a national service that must be embraced. Maugbe Josu reports.
Recently, there have been concerns over the inability of southwestern states of the country making up for the quota allocated to their states for military and paramilitary recruitment exercise. To this end, the Lagos State government is engaging members of Police Community Relations Committee to inform them on the benefits of participating and being a part of the military.
It's a natural thing, especially in the southwest, that people don't want their children to be in the forces. It is, I don't know how it got to that level, but we need to start changing the orientation of people that we are sending people to the military to kill them. It's not because there are other professions in the military, and of course some people must also defend your community, defend your environment, defend your tribe, defend your country. And then it cannot be only one part of the country that will be defending the country.
These crap dealers, we've been told today that a lot of them are being used for untoward activities, that they just pretend they are the ones that go on the bridges and vandalize the lights, they steal them, they now sell to some people. We knew before, now we're doing something, but now it's being reinforced. I can assure you, give us some time. Like today you heard, they said the ET of drug abuse is really reducing in their various communities, because the last time we discussed it, and as soon as we told Mr. Governor, we set into motion activities that will help its reduction.
Earlier, Secretary to the Lagos State government, Abimbola Salu-Dein, met heads of paramilitary in the state to discuss the security challenges at various communities. The SSG identified some of the threats at the grassroots level, noting that the state government, through the Neighborhood Safety Corps, plans to engage youth on community safety and to reduce social vices.
I'm very pleased with the present administration, the federal government. They have now come out to say every state must have equal number of people in the military, because it is a business of everybody anyway, you know. So unfortunately, in Lagos State, our children don't like to join the military. They don't see any reason why they should be part of the army. And so we are insisting that one is a federal government policy that every state must submit a particular number of candidates that will be in the military. So if your state does not participate, you're shortchanging your state.
The meeting, which had heads of Federal Road Safety Corps, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Nigeria Immigration Service, Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps, and National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, assured residents of a safer, cleaner and livable Lagos. Maugbe Josu, LTV News.
Another set of journalists have been trained on proper dissemination of information surrounding the use of multiple micronutrient supplements by pregnant women. The training, according to the organizers, will help the target audience understand the various benefits of the medication. Health correspondent Aminat Elegushi tells us more.
This training of journalists, organized by Alive and Thrive, has been a regular exercise aimed at providing information needed for journalists to encourage nursing mothers about the various benefits of taking multiple micronutrient supplements, MMS, as against ordinary iron and folic acid. The supplement, which has 15 nutrients, experts say will be beneficial to both mother and child.
Decided to now include multiple micronutrients among the essential drugs that a woman who attends ANC, based on the ANC examination, she will also be given multiple micronutrients. In some cases, it doesn't mean that she will not be given IFA at certain point, depending on the deficiency, especially iron, which is the most important. Overall, the idea is to decrease anemia among pregnant women. Anemia has a very, very, very serious side effect on pregnancy and also the child she will have.
Participants who lauded the initiative say the knowledge acquired will be used on their various platforms.
Communication has to be effective. If the audience in this case, talking about multiple micronutrient supplements, you're talking to people who are at the far extreme, not necessarily economically, educationally, or otherwise, but the far extreme in the sense that the people who require the information, who are far from the information. So you must speak in the language they understand. You must be able to communicate the benefits. You want them to change from the norm to this way of taking care of themselves, maternal health, child health. You have to be able to tell them in terms and in words that will cause a change in their behavior.
We need the media to think outside the box, to think of the best way, the best possible way, and the best possible language to reach out to, one, the leaders, religious leaders, opinion leaders, husbands, and of course, then the women.
Women of reproductive age and expectant mothers are advised to take the supplements once a day to prepare the body to conceive and also help aid child development. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News.
Students and scholars need to explore the positive aspects of artificial intelligence to transform education and ensure meaningful development. This was the consensus of speakers at the 2024 National Conference of Yoruba Studies Association of Nigeria, held at Lagos State University, LASU. Olajumoke Oyewumi reports.
This conference by the Yoruba Studies Association of Nigeria, which had Yoruba scholars, students and other stakeholders as participants, is themed Artificial Intelligence, African Languages, Literature and Cultural Studies. The group says the program is part of their efforts to celebrate the rich diversity of African language and culture, bridge the gap between technological advancement, cultural heritage, and promote Yoruba language.
Yoruba language is also equally capable of making use of artificial intelligence in all our areas of study: medicine, health, or even literature, communication, and language studies. We can employ this artificial intelligence for our use in order to make learning easier for people, even teaching easier for the lecturers.
Students should not rely on artificial intelligence because indirectly they will kill their natural intelligence.
The lecture of the conference, which offers practical tips for using artificial intelligence in education settings, had speakers examine its social and ethical implications.
Controlling our world, people are creating robots that are taking the place of people who are workers. So what we used to do, machines are not doing it now. We are saying that how can Yoruba people also use their language and use their custom and use their culture to input into artificial intelligence so that the good things we have in Yoruba land will also be available.
Lagos is first in advancing the cause of Yoruba among Yoruba states. Do you get me now? And they have, I don't know presently now, but some of the publishers we publish with they have packaged some of our books online. Do you get it? Yoruba books online now, which the state can use to advance.
High point of the event is the conferment of awards of excellence on some individuals for their contributions to promote Yoruba culture, language, and heritage. Among them is the Director Current Affairs Department, Lagos Television, Mrs. Modupe Ali, as the Iyalode Fedegbayi of Yoruba land.
We Yorubas, I don't know why we don't want to be speaking our language, and this is not nice at all. Let's encourage our children, let's encourage our youth, whoever, to speak our language. And if you care to know, those foreigners, they're already learning Yoruba language. The Chinese, they're learning Yoruba language. Some of them are already beating the talking drum. So we should promote our culture, we should promote our language. And this award will also encourage me to do more.
To collectively achieve the goal of this program, these Yoruba cultural promoters advocate family unity, morality, contentment, fear of God, and complementing education with good character. Olajumoke Oyewumi, LTV News.
In sports, Rafael Nadal has announced his retirement from professional tennis, confirming that the 2024 Davis Cup Finals will be the final tournament of his career, marking the end of an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades. This decision follows a series of injuries, particularly a severe hip injury in 2023, which sidelined him from major tournaments including the French Open and Wimbledon. The Spaniard, often referred to as the King of Clay, has achieved monumental success, particularly at the French Open, where he has won a record-breaking 14 titles. His career boasts of an impressive 22 Grand Slam titles, putting him among the all-time greats in the sport. Despite his injuries, Nadal has remained resilient, consistently making comebacks and embodying the spirit of perseverance. In his announcement, he emphasized that 2024 will be a year of celebration and farewell, as he plans to compete in the tournament that have defined his career. His focus will be to enjoy his final moments on the court and say goodbyes to the sport that has shaped his life. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. In case of emergencies, please call 767 or 112. They are toll-free lines. We thank you for watching. Plan to join us at 4 for the state news. I am Tinuke Oloruntoyin Folami.